and came back. We've been working pretty hard whole summer, whole preseason. So I'm excited to just, get on the court with my teammates and start playing.
What does it feel like to be an upperclassman now?
It feels very different. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, I don't know. I'm still the same. Like nothing's really changed much about me as a person, but I feel like on the court as a player, a lot has changed. A lot more responsibility, a lot more people to look out for, like things to notice. So I feel like on the court part has definitely changed, like for the better, honestly.
Can you elaborate on that, like what that means for you to be an upperclassman on the court, like the leadership side of it?
It means a lot because you have a lot more you have a lot more right to say stuff. You have a lot more right to call people out. But we were talking to coach the other day, like upperclassmen need to call people out in practice. But when you call people out, you're actually calling yourself out, because then you can't make the same mistake. People are gonna look at you crazy. So I feel like just that part, just trying to be as much responsible and stand behind your words. I feel like that has been the biggest change for me.
I thought you already had that permission.
I did have that permission. I did have that permission. I agree. I feel like I'm just using it a little bit more. Yeah.
Does that create a little more consistency in your game?
Absolutely. I feel like, I'm not a freshman and sophomore no more. I don't have days off, where I can just, sometimes come to practice, not feel like it. I feel like now you have to set an example. You have to set the tone for your team, because that's what your team's going to look like, the way you come to practice as an upperclassman. So I feel like a lot more room for mistakes, a lot more room for days off, if that makes sense.
How has the team looked? What's been most positive to you?
The team has looked pretty good. I'm very, surprised about our first game. I'm very excited about our first game. The energy has been amazing. The communication on the court, if you come to a practice, you're gonna, it's gonna be loud in there. You're gonna hear us. So I feel like the energy part, the freshmen have bring so much energy. The transfers have bring so much energy. So just that feeling of togetherness has been pretty amazing.
What's the main aspect that you want to bring, whether it's energy or something skill-wise, because we know you're very vocal and we love that.
Well, I want to bring what I've bring, for the past 2 seasons, which is obviously, energy, just being the vocal leader on the court. I have been working on my game in the summer and the preseason, so hopefully I can, bring a little more leadership on that side too. But mostly, what I've always bring, just defense, energy, and just that feeling or never giving up, I guess. So yeah.
What's been the most challenging thing about stepping into that upperclassman, just more starting point guard role leadership?
Well, the most challenging part for me was the fact that Paige is not here, honestly. I don't think I've still grasped my mind around the fact that she's not coming back fully, but I feel like as this game start going on, everybody's gonna just start realizing that obviously having Paige on the floor is a big thing, and she's the best player by far on our team. So just not having her as somebody you can just give the ball to, be like, oh, she got it. Now we got to figure it out, and I feel like we've done a pretty good job of doing that. But yeah, that has definitely been the most challenging part.
Has she given you any specific advice?
She always gives me advice. It's just a matter of if I listen to it or if I don't. But yeah, she always gives me advice, and she's been a great player coach, and she's going to do a great job this season. I'm sure of that.
Talking about people who are used to just getting the ball and being expected to shoot, that was Lou's role at Fairfield. How have you seen her grow from that role to distribute and not have to worry about always shooting the ball?
Yes, no, absolutely. I feel like, first of all, Lou was just such a breath of fresh air coming here, such a positive person. Lights up the room every time she comes into it. Having her on our team with an experience that she has as a senior is amazing, and she's obviously one of our best scorers. I always love to give her the ball. I love to create for her, but at the same time so unselfish, which is so rare with players like that. So just having her step into different roles, she has been very successful at that, and she's a very versatile player. We're gonna need her this year for sure.
And with having 5 international players on the roster, you mentioned kind of your excitement for having Team World versus USA competitions in practice. How those been going so far?
We haven't really officially had Team World against Team USA in practice, But outside off the court, like we always like to compete, just be competitive with each other. And so far, Team World is winning, so that's all we need to know.
Okay, but
What have you been winning? What are the competitions?
The competitions are like just like stupid like competitions. I don't know, like word games, like board games, stuff like that. Yeah, Team World is like way up there right now. So.
I asked Lou this too, but how many languages are in the locker room right now?
Oh my God, because many internationals speak multiple languages, so I would say Hungarian, Croatian, French. Somebody speaks Spanish. I'm sorry, Spanish.
Lou speaks both, right?
Lou speaks both, yes. And of course English, which everybody knows English, so I'm kidding.
Nika, when Coach Oriema talked about the scrimmage against UMass, he wasn't too complimentary about your team's defense.
Yeah.
As someone who's considered the best defensive player on the team, how personally did you take it, and have you guys made progress in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, no, we sucked on defense. Like, it was pretty bad. It could always be worse, don't get me wrong, but the standard that, we're expecting here from the defensive standpoint was it was not good. And for the last 2 weeks, we made like really good progress, and just people have started taking it so much more seriously. The communication part was so much better. And I feel like we definitely made a huge progress in 2 weeks, and it's just gonna go up from here. So,
can you go more where breakdowns were, and try to explain a little bit how it's gotten better? And is it just a matter of playing together because it's such a loose team?
Yes, absolutely. Like, just team chemistry is obviously like big on defense, just like knowing where different people like to be positioned at, what people are good at, what people are not good at. So just figuring that out, covering for each other, that's all a part of like just time passing by sometimes. And I feel like, in these 2 weeks, like we focused a lot more on our defense because our offense was pretty solid. I was very like happy with our offense in that game. So we focused a lot more on defense. In practice, we would just do defense for the most of the practice. And with that, with hard work, everybody being focused, everybody being present, like it's going to get better. And it really did.
What's the strength of your team right now?
Strength of our team? Honestly, I don't even know yet. I don't even know. I feel like we have a lot of assets that can help us be great this year. What I think is that the strength of this team can be is everybody knowing their role. I feel like we have a lot of people that are so good, might as well say great at like certain things, and just like putting those people in those positions, everybody knowing their role, everybody stepping out of their comfort zone, to cover each other. I feel like that can be huge for us this year.
How have you seen AZ kind of adapt to that new role? I mean, she's going to be asked to do a lot more this season. How have you seen her just process that?
She has adapted very well, which I wasn't surprised with. Obviously, she's a great player, and we knew that from the starts. She wasn't a regular freshman when she came in. She was. She's a super disciplined, like very mature, like obviously knows her role, knows that she's confident in her shot, knows what she's good at. So it was good to have her like that as a freshman, and she definitely stepped it up as a sophomore, and she's gonna have a good season. I'm sure of that.
Have you seen her step it up so far this year?
Absolutely.
How have you seen her?
Oh, how? Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, just like I would say in the matter of confidence, as a freshman, you come in, obviously you know what you're good at, but at the same time, you're a freshman, you're in a new position, like everything's new. Just seeing her like accepting like that role of like she has to like do a lot more stuff this year. Like she has been pretty confident about it, and I feel like just the confidence part has been huge.
You just mentioned AZ's confidence. Where do you feel like the team's confidence is as a whole right now?
Where the team confidence is? I feel like we're a pretty confident team. I feel like we're a very competitive group. We go at it every day against the practice players, against each other, whether it's the little things, whether it's the big things in practice. So I feel like definitely just, being competitive and like just going 100% every day.
AZ said that she's been taking reps at point guard. How's she been handling those?
She's been handling it great, and I have never seen her at the point guard position. Like it was very surprising at first, but I think she's gonna be a great, point guard for like, whether I need a break or she's gonna go to point guard, I'm gonna go to the other position. I feel like that's gonna work out pretty well.
How's your mid-range game coming along? I mean, if you are gonna play off the ball, a little.
Well, personally, I think I've made, a big progress when it comes to that, just like when it comes to like being confident in my mid-range shot and just taking those shots. I have been working a lot on them before practice, after practice, so like, you know, it's obviously a process. It can't just come overnight, but I feel like my team is confident in me, I'm confident in myself, and you know, I feel like it's gonna be a nice little asset to my game, I hope.
Do you expect that when you're on the floor you're going to be handling the point guard? Or Gino said that he thought it might be a little balanced out around the different guards. How do you think that plays out?
That's all. I don't know. That's if coach said that. That's all on coach. Right now, I think I'm in a mostly like the point guard position. I feel like he wants me to like, you know, distribute, like set up the team, like where everybody has to go, where everybody has to be at the same time. So. You know, I feel like we're pretty versatile as a team. Like we have a lot of guards that can both handle the ball, shoot the ball, distribute the ball. So, you know, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what the boss says.
You've been teammates with Paige for around 3 years now. How seriously has she taken on this player coach role? And are you going to listen to her?
Very seriously. But I'm saying very seriously. Like, she took it very seriously. And, like, just yesterday we were doing some, like, zone stuff, and coach handled her the board and the parent. She was like, all right, you got him, and she got us, and she like did really good. And she's just like has so many ideas at the same time, and she wants to do this. She sees everything. So she has been handling it very seriously, and I'm very happy for her. I love that.
We saw her, you know, kind of drawing up some play calls when we saw practice the other day. What do you think of her play calls and what she's drawing up so far?
Her play calls are pretty good. Sometimes they tend to get a little complicated. You know, she wants to do so many things at the same time. She sees everything, like everything's open, everything, which is true in the end. I just sometimes need to like, can you repeat that? You know, I need some time to process it sometimes because she's just so, oh, I want this. But it's so good to have that, you know, positive energy, and her creativeness is going to be huge for us this year. Definitely.
How much did it help? I mean, she was on the bench with you guys last year for a little while. How much did that help having her if you came out and she's able to point things out for you?
Helped a lot, because you know there's good cops and there's bad cops on the bench. She's definitely been one of the good cops, and as I always say, like players coach, like, you know, she knows us so well. She obviously knows me so well. We're literally best friends, so you know, just she knows what to say at what time, which I think is huge. And she's there as, you know, our critique, our supporter, our friend. So, you know, having to come off the court to her like at the bench is gonna be pretty good.
Does her drawing up those plays help you kind of understand how she sees the game and like all the different things that are probably gears that are turning in her mind like every time she's on the court?
Absolutely. Like she'd be drawing up stuff. I'd be like, this is something I like. This is something new. Like this is something different. Sometimes we'll be thinking the same thing. She just, you know, maybe says it before me or something. But yeah, definitely.
A peek into the mind that maybe you didn't want to get a
yes.
peek into. Fair. Thank you.
I said something similar to Lou, but are you ready to be back in front of the Husky Nation and the fans?
Oh my God, yes. I'm like, we got a little feeling of it at first night, like, you know, the energy, and I immediately just got goosebumps when we came out, and I just, you know, had this throwback feeling of what it's like to, you know, play in front of these people and our nation, and, you know, we can't wait for their energy, and we can't wait for their support, and, you know, to perform in front of them.
If it's not too personal, is there a meaning to the 1 on your elbow?
On my elbow?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it says first love.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, one love.
One love. Okay.
Sorry, one love. It's for basketball. Yeah.
How have you seen Ayana just react to losing ice?
Yeah. Well, losing ice was really hard for all of us. You know, that's the second season-ending injury we've had this year, and it was pretty unexpected. Obviously, you know, she's a freshman. I know it's hard for her. She has not dealt with many injuries in the past, and which is why I'm so glad that she has Paige, because Paige dealt with a lot of injuries, and she's going to be of such great support and such great help to her, as we all are, of course. But, you know, just having Paige on the side with her, I feel like it's going to give her so much hope and so much, you know, will to, like, work hard and get like, back as soon as possible. But, well, I mean, Ayana reacted the same way we all reacted. I'm sure it was even harder for her to, like, see her, like, teammate from her class, like, go down like that. But, you know, we all got her back, and this is just another reminder for all of us to, you know, we gotta cherish every moment on the court, and we just gotta, work on our bodies, like do rehab every day, like strengthen our bodies as much as possible. I mean, that's one injury that you can't really control. Like, it happened, but it was, a good reminder, and we all got her back. Absolutely.
And your foot's feeling fine too now, right?
Yeah, my foot is fine. Yeah, no worries. Thank you.